Hey everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to the Officer Adda 24/7, the special session of BRBL subject in the English medium channel. Let's start with the session. So today we will solve two paragraph that is very much important. Okay, so let's start with the session. So guys, the different kinds of agreement that Indian contract. So first of all, guys, what do you mean by the term agreement? So agreement is basically when any person one offer and another person accept. So offer plus acceptance is equal to what? This is called agreement. So that is a very simple definition. Offer plus acceptance is equal to agreement. So the different kinds of agreement that Indian contract specially declare to be void can be understood as follow. Agreement without consideration. So guys, in this paragraph we are talking about the void agreement. In this paragraph we are just talking about the void agreement. So number one is agreement without consideration. So this is the first point. Agreement without consideration, guys, is totally void. Each party entering into agreement promises to do something for the other in return for something being done for them. Exactly. This is called consideration. So guys, this is the definition of consideration. So I always used to say something for something, that is called consideration. Section 25 of Indian contract state that, Section 25 say that class, that agreement without consideration is void. If in the above example, A promises to give his car to B. See the example. A promises to give his car to B for free. Such agreement is void because there is no consideration for A to give his car to B, due to which it will be justified if A later refused to give the car to the B. Exactly. So this is the, I think, the journal thing. So that is the first point that we have discussed here, that agreement without consideration is totally void. Agreement without consideration is totally void, class. See this? Is that okay? So basically, I think we are doing the paragraph of void agreement. So void agreement is always void ab initio. That is void from the beginning. That is void from the beginning. Okay, void from the beginning. So the first example of void agreement is agreement without consideration. That is a first example. Is that okay? So I think this is clear to all of you. Now let's see the next one. For instance, a gift deed does not, okay, what is written now? Okay, it means class, this line that agreement without consideration is void have a certain exception. So now I am going to highlight the exception. So what exactly the exception means? Exception means agreement without consideration. Agreement without consideration is valid. So now class, we are just going to understand this line because this is the exception of this line. Agreement without consideration, that is the first example of void agreement, and this is the exception. Exception is agreement without consideration is valid. So the example of exception is gift deed. Suppose if a father is giving his son, suppose a land. The father is giving his son a land. So in that case, what will happen? This is son, this is father. So in that case, guys, son is giving nothing. Son is giving nothing, but the father is doing the contract with the written agreement, in a written way. So that's why this is called a valid contract. This is what called as a valid contract. So gift deed does not involve consideration as the property is transferred under a gift deed only out of love and affection. So this is the first example. Is that okay, guys? So that is the first one. Now the second one. The second one is agreement have the law unlawful consideration. This is the second point. This is the second point, that is agreement having the unlawful consideration. So guys, if agreement have a unlawful consideration, while each agreement in order to be valid must have some consideration, the consideration must be lawful. Exactly, the consideration must be lawful, not illegal. Section 23 of the Indian Contract Act state that the agreement having illegal consideration is void. Exactly. Hence, such agreement shall be void and not enforceable in a court of law. Exactly. Done, class? This is the one. Next, agreement in restraint of marriage. So guys, this is the third one. This is third point. Agreement in restraint of marriage. Suppose if the two person have done the agreement in which one is saying that we both cannot marry in the future. But suppose if one person marries, so the another person can go to the court. That agreement is valid? No. So that agreement is also void agreement. So actually we are studying the different types of void agreement. So this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is third one. So 26 of Indian Contract state that an agreement in restraint of the marriage of any person other than the minor is void. The restriction does not apply. This restriction does not apply to person who is a minor, because we know that minor, the age should be plus 18 for girls and 21 for boys. Okay, that's it. Okay, the next one is fourth one, agreement in restraint of trade. This is the fourth example of void agreement. Section 27 of Indian Contract say that each agreement that restrain a party from exercising the lawful profession, trade and business of any kind is void to the extent of imposing such restriction. So we cannot restrain any person from doing any act. Okay. Next, agreement which is uncertain. This is the fifth point. Agreement which is not clear, that is uncertain, this is also called void agreement. So it states that agreement whose meaning is not certain, also not capable of being made certain, is totally void. Okay, next sixth point is this is sixth point. What is this? Agreement by way of wager. Wager means betting, that is also void. A wager essentially means a bet between two and more person. An agreement based on the bet is totally void. The agreement shall be void as per section 30 of Indian Contract. Therefore, it can't be enforced by the court of law. That is important. Okay. Now, next is, I think, some more point. This is fifth point, this is sixth point, and this is seventh point. The seventh point is an agreement to do the impossible act. So, agreement to do the impossible act, either party is void. Okay. Next, agreement against the public policy, that is the 8th point. This is also void. So you can see here there are so many examples of the void agreement. An agreement that has tendency to injure the public interest, public welfare is one against public policy. What constitute an injury to the public interest and public welfare would depend upon the times and circumstance. Okay, an agreement on the sale of prohibited item. This is the 9th one. That is also void. So I think there are so many examples that we have read. So first of all, please read everything. That is very good. Okay, this is first. This is second one, an agreement having unlawful consideration. Third one, agreement in restraint of marriage. Fourth one, agreement by in restraint of trade. Agreement which is uncertain. Agreement by way of wager. Agreement to do impossible act. Agreement against public policy, and agreement on the sale of prohibited business. Okay guys, now let's start with the first. If AB enter into contract where A promises to sell his car to B, A promises to sell his car to B for rupees 50,000, the payment of X by B form the consideration for A to sell his car. The sale of the car by A forms the consideration for B to pay X. What is X in the statement? So tell me, what is X? So here the right answer is, okay, this is the right answer. Okay guys, next. If A agreed to pay 10,000 to B for the murder of C, the murder of C by B is unlawful consideration as what? What is the right answer? So class, in this one, the right answer is A will be the right answer for this question. Okay. Next. If A promises to pay B 10,000 if B remains unmarried till the age 50, such agreement is valid, provisional, it's synthetic or void. So class, if A marriage unmarried, this is totally a void one. Okay. If A agreed to pay B, a doctor, rupees 10,000 if B does not practice medicine anywhere in Kolkata for 3 years, such agreement is, so in this agreement, the person is restraining the business and trade. So this is totally void agreement. If A and B enter into agreement for sale of a few apple by A to B for rupees this. So guys, few apple, that is totally uncertain. Okay, so that's why the term few is vague and unclear. Buying apple can't be the part of agreement. No one can buy a few apple. So guys, the right answer is this one. So this is the right answer. So class, that's all for today's, and I hope so you people will like the session. And there is a good news for you people. And what is the good news? Just wait a minute. So first of all, write down Adda 24/7, okay. Click on all courses JAIIB CAIIB and we have a CAIIB June 2025, okay. So as you can see that we have a CAIIB Increment ka Mahapack in which double validity is going on. We have a CAIIB ka Mahapack and we have a special case studies batch for English medium in which we will discuss the case studies question, previous year questions and MCQ. Is that okay? So if you want to enroll, if you just enroll in the CAIIB Increment Mahapack, it includes CAIIB Mahapack plus extra thing. So CAIIB Mahapack include all the batches, foundation, crash course, case studies batch, revision batch, etc. in English and in bilingual language. Plus it includes the previous sessions of marathon and mini marathon. It includes mock paper, e-books, doubt session, etc. Plus it includes 4 hard copy of books of 4 compulsory paper. Plus you will get some good notes from all the teacher. You will also get, I think, Adda pen, diary, etc. Okay, so that's why if you want to enroll, apply the coupon code Y391. Okay, so if you want to enroll, click on buy now. Apply the coupon code, that is Y391. Okay, Y391. Click on apply and you can see here the discount is 79%. So if you want 1% more discount, okay, so you have to download the Adda app through mobile, and through mobile if you purchase na, you will get use coins. Click on use coins, you will get that much of discount. Okay, so thank you so